for Jordan, for the blind. Dark mirror. It's like prickly, prickly, bite, bite, bite. Okay, what do we got here? I'm going to flip this down. Okay, and I'm not reading the screen right now, so... Okay, thanks for sharing, Kim. I'm going into this now, and I will have to look that up later. Okay, all right. Prickly, prickly, bite, bite, bite. And we've got the card of She Who Renee is the lighter side. Love, hope, and relationship. And then blinded to pain. What's coming through here? I need to flip this so I can see it. I'm going to show you how it lays here. And then I'm going to flip it so this can be upright for me. Okay? The triumph of lies have faded to suffer. Blinded to pain. All right. This is coming up with words like empath, narcissist, codependent, burdensome, 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 carrying the burdensome, the shadow aspect of the self that needs to be acknowledged and let go. Acknowledged because it was useful to you, helped you survive, helped you move forward. The triumph of lies, the triumph of knowing what you gain out of a thing, whether you're in a relationship that's codependent and you wait too long to get out or take a long time to get out, whether you're in a relationship and somebody's playing narcissistic games and you've been a flying monkey and you know better now, there's certain things that we gain through our behaviors and through understandings of things. There's this blinded to pain, blinded to pain. It feels like the energy of narcissist, empath, and flying monkeys has been around so many times that it's left little scars and stings. And this is where you're understanding that knowledge a little bit more clearly and moving forward and through. There is a triumph over seeing something in the old patterns, old ways. There is an opening of the eyes. It is like, I'm getting the analogy like, I think it's in the Bible and Jesus has the guy wash his eyes with mud or something and the blind man is able to see. It's like new awareness is coming through, coming through, coming through. Seeing the shadow aspect of another or of self in a new light, in a new way that makes you able to navigate more true. So you're not bound to forever be in pain. This is the triumph over that. This is Renee. This is the one that understands love and hope. And there's one more coming in, and I want to see what this is coming in with the ladies here. What is coming in here? And this is called Taraz. And she who is present now, awareness and acceptance, what I just said. It's like your hair is on glow. It's not so much on fire, but there's illumination to the mind, illumination to the pattern that was laid down in the tracks for so many years before. This pattern has been laid down, and Taraz knows this. You triumph over this with hope. So whatever this pattern is, even though it's the dark mirror, and even though it might be difficult learnings, it doesn't make it necessarily evil. No, it makes it difficult, challenging, vexing, and must be overcome. This is the time that you break through, move forward and through. Why? Because you remove this. Okay, what else is coming up? This one came through with lightness, and then we'll go to this other one that has a little bit of balance. Butterfly imagery coming through. You know that's transformational energy. Divination energy coming through. This is butterfly, and this one is saying happiness. But for me, this is conquering the gift of transformative energy. This is when you get out of the cocoon. This is something that you have learned. You understand. You see patterns. You see very, very clearly now. You're not going to step into that trap again. I'm getting the imagery of the bear trap when somebody used to like try and trap a bear, and they had this like steel thing that would really horrible, but it would crack like enough to break a person's leg type of energy. This feels like this trap, this old trap, you have beaten, you've taken apart, disassembled, and the transformation is here. Happiness is here. Divination comes through. This says beyond the veil. You're able to see through smoke and mirrors and bullshit games. You're being able to see beyond the dark mirrors. You'll be able to see beyond the old lies, the old patterns, whether people are lying deliberately or not around you. There has been a deception. There has been patterns of behavior. And the word narcissism is thrown around so big, but there are bad behavior patterns that many of us were raised with, the roles that were set down, and this is how you were supposed to do it, and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, pff, those are up in smoke now. They're swept away because you can see very, very clearly. You're seeing beyond the bullshit of the biological that you were raised in. You're seeing beyond what was the conform to this particular thing. You're deconstructing what was taught. You're rethinking, examining, going deeper into something and seeing it differently. Yeah. Your mom's the narcissist that lives with you. Yeah. And sometimes it's just patterning that she was taught or that our generations have taught over and over and over for survival. You're going to learn how to navigate that. Sometimes people do have to go no contact. Other times people know how to detach. And once you're aware and can identify what's going on, you might be the first one to see it going on. And if you call it out, it might be your other siblings are like, no, that's just how mom is. You just need to get over it. And then down the track, there might be, have you heard of this thing? And all this terminology, they're like, how did you know this and not share this? And you're like, dude. So this is what it feels like going on. All right. Manifestation, the aristocrat and the journey. Well, I'm getting long live the queen. What I'm getting is the manifestation of the queen, long live the queen, the aristocrat, the one who places herself in high regard on the throne or doesn't know how to do better, doesn't know. Sometimes somebody can be very self-absorbed and not selfish. Those are two different things. And they would both sometimes be very confusing and sometimes show in a very kind of narcissistic manner. They just don't take into account others or what others are doing. They just kind of do think obliviously that the world revolves around them. So sometimes that queen archetype isn't what we would think it would be. It is a little bit more of self-absorbed. The manifestation of the aristocrat and then the journey. There is something that is shifting. There is something where this is leaving some of that old baggage behind. Breakthrough energy coming through strongly. What else is happening? It's not like you're there to dethrone the queen. You're there to understand what the queen is. Often there is a false sense of bigness, a puffed uppery. That's not a word. A puffed upness, sense of self because there's an insecurity underlying that. That can be there, or a need to have others be around and in servitude and serving for, working for, to elevate them because it comes from sometimes a fear of abandonment. So be aware that those things, I'm not a psychologist, I'm a tarot reader, I'm a card reader, an oracle, psychic, that kind of thing. But there is a false sense of self and a fear of abandonment that's coming through on the thread of this. It doesn't come through as horrible, sociopathic, mean, no. But there is a little bit of an obliviousness of this self-absorbedness more than a selfishness. There's an ascension in the journey. The baggage will be left behind. This is a pattern that will break. This is breakthrough, understanding what's going on, navigating well. And while you have the time to see beyond that and see what's going on, do the best you can to navigate this. There will come a time when you're on the other side of this and you'll be able to see the person more whole than the wounding that has been done that created so much of the stinging. You'll be able to see more of the patterns that go back generationally, back to here. The rose, the confidence, and the con. You'll be able to see the rose, the confidence, and the con, and why it was so important for this one to play in the way that she did, why it was so important for her to be defined in the way that she was, and to define some of the things about those around her in the way that she did. There will be a greater understanding for this, and it feels like it's not going to be coming in this year. Be patient with yourself in this year and what you're learning and how you're navigating this. This feels like it's down the track. You can't pry this open. You can't move faster, but there is an essence here. There is more beauty here, and the wounding will become less painful. You will see more of the beauty. There will be a transformation. No, you didn't land in the wrong place. The stroke didn't deliver you to the wrong house. No. There will be more revelation come through. Your mind is opening up and you are seeing things in a different light. those around you that know the situation will catch up eventually, but not probably in this year. So give yourself plenty of patience, a lot of self-love on this one right now. Something else for you to note. This is a big one for a blind. Primavera. Says launch, activate, and potential. She who begins. This is where you're at. Primavera. This is, you see how the release of the butterflies is there. The happiness that has been, there's been darkness. Now there needs to be lightness. You are bringing that forward and in whatever way you can. Whatever self-healing and love you apply towards yourself will be amplified and it will be understood. Give it some time. That's what I've got. That's complete. Yes. Yes. Walk in the beauty way. Walk in the power of your own beauty. Don't seek for others to understand you right now, because that will be beyond what they are at, beyond where their capacity is. You understand your own inner workings. Don't have to prove a damn thing to anyone. Just start standing in your truth, in your power for what you need, a little bit more for yourself. It doesn't even have to be conversationally aggressive or anything. It's just a yes, I can do this, or a no. That's a complete sentence. No. So that's what I've got. That's gorgeous. Hang in there, honey. That is tricky and beautiful energy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, stand in your truth. You don't have to be understood by the others. They might not be able to wrap their head around it, and they might prefer to paint you as the bad guy when you're not. You're just the first one to recognize what's going on, or you're recognizing it and they aren't quite there yet. So that's what I've got. You're so welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. So relieving to hear. Yeah, this is the time for you to take care of your own beauty, your own self, and whatever is soothing and comforting to you, be it music, be it certain lotion, be it a walk in the park. Start doing those things that really start healing your own soul. And that's not selfish to do. That's just self-love. You be the best version of you that you know how, because that's all any of us can do, right? Okay. Enough preaching. Enough preaching. But yeah, you are welcome, Jordan. So, so welcome. Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right. Kim, where are we at? Is it time to do the collective? I think it might be time to do a collective and then call it, unless there's somebody on the list that I have missed. So, and if that's the case, then we'll get it done. It's clear. Let's do the collective. Oh, Hummingbird. Hummingbird. Okay, we can do that. Canadian Jen. Canadian Jen. Hummingbird. Okay, I'm seeing what's going on, and I'm seeing... So interesting to see Hummingbird, and I don't know if you just stepped in the room recently or not. And Mara. Okay, let me write those down. Hummingbird and Mara. So, I don't know who was first, but we're going to do Hummingbirds first. But I was mentioning how one was right outside my kitchen window, and that was amazing. And then we've got Mara. Okay, so Amber Michelle, is that Hummingbird? Let me look and see if this is bringing in that question. I'm trying to tap the screen and get it to go. It's my old iPad, and sometimes I tap it and tap it and tap it, and it takes forever. So appreciate the patience. Hummingbird came from flying in one flying in your house. How exciting and magical is that? That's incredible. Yeah, not everybody's going to get that kind of a thing at all. Okay. Now let's see. I'm trying to get it to go to the screen. I'm navigating around. Hummingbird Canadian Jen is what I'm seeing. And then Mara wanted the career. So it landed on your hand. Okay, so there was a time when a butterfly just landed on me, and I was walking through this butterfly aviary, and it just stayed with me, stayed with you. Stayed with me. When something comes in and lands on you, lands near you, and stays with you like that, or if a hummingbird lands on your hand, the divine is trying to get the message through to you, which is huge. So that is super huge. I have for Hummingbird that you want the full reading, but I don't know what your question is. So if you have a question, shoot me your question in here in TikTok land, because I can't see it in the PayPal. Okay? Definitely is a message. Yeah, and birds come through as messages all the time. I don't know why. I don't know what the angels did to cut a deal with the birds that they would take us humans' messages when we're a little bit thick as a brick. But I swear there must have been something divinely inspired with that. You're known for getting droppings, not landings. Okay. Okay, so for Hummingbird, Canadian Jen. Didn't have a full question. Okay, give me a second. Where is your deck? We're going to a very strange deck. I don't have a duplicate of this. This is the deck. It's the Lorenzi deck. We're going to this one, and it's up here. And then we'll go to, I think, the Shapeshifters. I think that's what that one is. I don't know if it's the Shapeshifters. It's like a different one. Is that? Yeah, that's the one. It's like, oh crap, I can't think of her name. All right, we're going in. We're going in. The Forensic deck for Jen. Canadian Jen. All right, I'm going to flip this down so you can see what's going on. There's this multiple coming in. A quick energy, kind of like a fierceness to your energy, and it's not quite frenzied, but it is high speed. Think about the hummingbird's wing and how fast they're going that you can't even see them. Like, you know, they're going like this, so fast. This is that energy. This is that vibration. It's very high vibration coming in. The path is not the straight up path. It's really crazy. I can't wait for you to see what I've laid down here. This is how it's laid down. You can see this huge thing opening up, this huge space opening up. There isn't like a standard form going on. This is a huge thing that is opening up. It's like you have created an opening for something to happen that's new in your world, new in your life, and this is huge. And this is where the shapeshifter is coming in. The surreal type of energy here, and the heart of things here. All right, let's look and see what's going around. This is what you're going to have to deal with to open something up. We've got the Ace of Coins on this side and the Page of Cups on this side. We've got something that's opening up because you're creating something new, you're understanding something new, you're understanding something different. The Ace of Coins is the gift. The Page of Cups goes to the water and gets the stinky fish tea, and you can see there's new creativity emerging, and there is a shapeshifter energy happening right through here. Absolutely stunning to see this in the cards. The two sides of the thing is opening up. It is like spiritual envelope. It's like you know when we get packages and we get the padded envelopes and you have to kind of wrestle them open to get the bubbly envelope to open up to get the thing inside? This is what's going on in the spiritual terms for you. Okay, we're reading this way because we're opening it this way. So this is how we're reading these, and then we're going to go in this way. We got the Four of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Here we have what is the Five of Cups and the Two of Wands. This, the choices, and then the synchronicity. It feels like there's many choices that you could make, but one is more synchronistic than the others. Pay close attention. You don't need 7 cups. This 4 is telling you that you need less choices, and you need more balance, more of what would be a basic foundation going on in order to cross through that threshold, in order to pry something open, in order to flutter through. The Five of Cups, the Two of Wands. Let go of something from the past that has caused great grief. This is a painful transformation coming through here. There has been something that you need to let go of and be able to move forward and beyond. Once you let go of this past that didn't happen, once you let go of this sorrow, this grieving, you feel it, let go of it, and you move on anyway. Life goes on in some way. And that seems like such a trite thing. I don't even like saying those words together in this, but it feels like it must be acknowledged. The Two of Wands, the baby steps going forward. The baby steps going forward in the Two of Wands way before you can come to any kind of thing that would be relationship, Two of Cups, partnership, perfect alignment of anything. You first must do this and then take the first few initial steps. It is like you are working so hard to pry something open. And something within you needs to grow to force this open. If you think of a pearl inside the oyster shell, it's as if that pearl inside wants to grow so big that it would force the shell open. This is that pearl right here. We'll get to it. What do we have here? And why is this off balance? These two want to come in here for this one card. Judgment, the Knight of Swords, the truth and the overly harsh truth where you've been harsh on yourself. Judgment-wise, let go of that. Let that down. Let that down. Understand the gift and have this space where you can be independent on your own, honoring exactly what it is. Every gift that you've built, everything in your garden that you've cultivated is there for purpose, for reason, and for intent. You remember long, but the truth that is coming forward is there is a restoration, a second chance in some regard to honor the truth, to be in integrity with yourself, and to honor that more fully. That's huge for you. The Fool and the Two of Pentacles. You have never been in lack, although you have experienced times that monetarily feel tight. You have never been in lack. Again, back to that 9. Where was that 9? There it is. You've actually never been in lack. You have not been forgotten. The universe is conspiring for you. You get to in your head and you get reluctant to take the leap of faith. You're ready now. The universe will send you signs. They will send you birds. Literally, the 7 of Swords. They will send you birds. You will need to be strategic. Now, you will need to know when to release and allow for release. I'm showing this one. See how there is like almost like a hatch, almost like a Trojan horse, almost like something that needs to be released and freed. When we see the traditional 7 of Swords, we see Sneaky Pete or Robin Hood, call him who you will, but he takes what he needs to take to survive, and he leaves some of the baggage behind. You can travel a little more lightly. Take the knowledge you need to take, the lessons you've learned, the wisdom you've learned, and use it for yourself, but travel more lightly, travel strategic and stealthy. You are in charge of your survival. You are in charge of crafting your future. Queen of Swords, cut the shit and cut your losses. Now, some of the people who have been in your realm before are not going to be in your realm next year. They're not going to be in your realm next month. And it doesn't mean they're dying. It just means you've outgrown the fuckers. Yes, that seems a little harsh, but yes, you've outgrown a few that aren't going to come forward with you. For some reason, if somebody's ghosted you, or if something that you were really tight with somebody for a certain period of time and then now you're not, that's okay. They're walking their path at their pace. It doesn't mean anything is a deficit or defective or wrong with you or with them for that matter. You're just on a different track, just on a different pace, okay? Yes, you know what I'm talking about here. Yeah, this is a cutting that is an intentional cutting, and that's okay. All right, now we're going to look into the heart of this thing. I'm going to flip down to the cards again. Okay, in the heart of this thing, there's a completion that needs to be honored by you, accepted for what it has given you, the gifts it brought forward, and the lessons of pain that it brought forward. It needs to be honored and then set down, as if you're grieving a loss of something. The Knight of Wands and the 6 of Cups. You can't charge forward into the past. All right. This is where you hear me say often, you don't drive the car by looking in the rear view mirror. You can't drive forward on the freeway at 80 miles an hour by looking in your rear view mirror. You'll be screwed-ola in no time. This one wants to charge forward. You're looking to the past. Honor what it was, honor what it's been, but let it go because you are moving forward. And this is something huge for you. The gift will be here again. Later, you'll look back with a sweet reminiscence. Oh, these old-fashioned words that come through sometimes. A sweet reminiscence of what's gone on. And this is the time to distance and create the cut and allow yourself to be standing on your own in your own truth and your own power strongly. The sweet reminiscence will come later. I'm getting a 2-year marking. Now, I don't usually get a 2-year marking, but I'm getting a 2-year marking. So we're talking 2026. There will be a 2-year marking where you're going to be look back. Yes, even the worst of the worst was a lesson that was needed and a blessing. Give yourself 2 years for this to heal or to rebalance, recalibrate. If this person is on their path, you're not going to be in the same spiritual wavelength for probably, or on the same spiritual frequency for probably 2 years. That's okay. That's okay. No big problem. No big problem at all. Okay, so that's what's going on there. And then let's see what's going on a little bit deeper in here. I'm going to flip it down again. We got the Queen of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. Check the horizon now and again. You hear me call this the Santa Fe burger all the time. all the time. It's when you send out a request from the universe and you have to wait for the ships to come in. Now you had the Two of Wands here. Here's the Two of Wands. Here's the Three. And there is a waiting time that has to happen. It is like, even though you've made these changes and these cuts and whatever, there has to be time. I call it the Santa Fe burger because you order the burger, then you have to wait for the cook to cook it and the waitress to bring it. So you don't, I don't know if you caught that part where it said frozen and then you're back, but what I'm getting, if it froze up, is that there's a 2-year waiting period from you and whatever this cut is, whatever this old nostalgic thing is that was cut, whatever this is. And there is a long period of waiting. It doesn't feel like it's just on the horizon and super close. It feels like it's on the horizon far in the distance. Whatever you're expecting to change, to happen, to be different. There is going to be a deep dive into something for your spiritual good and for you honoring your own worth. There needed to be a parting of ways, a parting of company for you in order to do this, to charge forward. There is that completion that was coming through with the world. It's coming through again. You need to charge forward. You cannot go forward by looking at the past. What else does she need to know? We need the frenzy again. The story that you've told about this situation is not so black and white. The Three of Pentacles. There is teamwork. There is something conspiring to move together in love for this, for you moving forward. This doesn't feel like in love romantic. Do not misunderstand me. In love of divine universe, in love of your own expansion and your own growth, you must move forward. This is something that you have a skill set. You're ready to move forward, to move forward, to move forward. Others will see, and this is something that is meant to benefit you. You think about the spotted animals and the printed animals. The giraffe is the giraffe, not the cheetah, right? This is you being you, totally you, as you are, hugely, hugely, authentically you, and understanding and carrying yourself in integrity forward, strongly, strongly so. This 2-year period of time, it's not often that I get a 2-year period of time, but it feels like there's going to be a cooling off that is a 2-year cooling off. Anything else? The Four of Swords. Yeah, you definitely need the time where you take care of you. This is a time to retreat, a time for self-care, a time for stillness and quiet. And whatever has been the drama-mongery crazy maker, or the one that does drama a little too heavily, they need to calm the fuck down, and you need to keep some distance on this. You need to be able to get your own sense of equilibrium again. And this is the time for you to heal your wounded heart, time for you to take care of self, time for you to bring things still back to what makes you feel essentially you. This is what's happening. This is what's going on. The Queen of Swords knows. She sometimes is perceived as the bitch, but she's right like 99% of the time. She will cut the shit and suffer no fools because something has come to a natural conclusion. And although we want to look back through something sweetly, it's a little soon to look back for that. Allow there to be this distance and space. Allow the evolution to come forward as it must come forward. There is a redefining and an opening up. And this pearl that you're becoming, the pearls become pearls because they've been agitated. And this growth that is happening in you cracks open so many areas of your life, and it's expanding. That's what I've got, and that feels complete. Wow. That Forensi deck is really a wild one. It's absolutely beautiful, stunning art. It is as like you are coming through a really difficult storm that has been going on, and it's time now to let the water subside, let the storm subside, let the calm enter in. So that's what I've got for you. Holy camole. That's huge. Huge. Definitely fitted started to come out of it about a year ago. Yeah, it feels like what I'm getting is 2 years, and I don't think this previous year is here. I think it's 2 more years is what the feeling was. You'll know what that's about better than me. All right, let me get some water. Lavender, Michelle, we'll take a look at what's going on. Just give me a second here, and we will get into it. You're welcome, Canadian Jen. You are so welcome. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, next was Amara. It was Mara on the career, correct? Correct. So I think that was next, and then we'll go to Lavender Michelle. Okay, so, and I don't know if it's Amara or just Mara. Let me look. I thought it was just Mara. and I want to get it right. So let me know and we'll go to it. And let me know you're in the house, honey, okay? All right, I'm going to see if I can get this thing. Mara, yeah, career focused. And this is a mini. So we're going to go into the mini if she's in the house. Okay, so Mara, will you let us know you're here? All right. So do we got this? We got this? Okay, am I behind? No, I think I'm caught up. Yeah, Mara paid for a mini, which is the 7 to 10 card tarot type of thing, and she asked for career focused reading. So let's take a look at what that is, and I'm gonna break the recording.